you're a hipster. Simple as that. You love warm beer with bits floating in it, you probably have a beard, and you talk about how bikes were better in the old days. Hey, my name is Andy, and today we're gonna find out what your style of motorcycle says about you. Let's go. So first off, I just want to preface that I know absolutely nothing about motorcycles. I haven't done any research, I've never owned a motorcycle, I don't even know how to ride a motorcycle. Now that makes me the perfect person to tell you what your motorcycle means. Now let's start off with the scooter. If you ride a scooter, you're either European, work in food delivery like Deliveroo, or you like the idea of motorcycles, but you're too afraid to get a proper bike, so you bought a scooter. They're not dangerous. I mean, they are, but they're not like motorcycle dangerous. They sound like crap, and a lot of the time they're actually two-strokes. If you own a scooter, you're a little bitch. Simple as that. Next up, we've got the Tricycle. Now, a Tricycle is worse than a scooter. If you ride a Tricycle, stop it immediately. And that goes for both styles of Tricycle. The little scooter things you see riding around, or the big chopper style Tricycles, both of those need to go in the bin ASAP. If you ride either of those, you're just kidding yourself. It's not a motorcycle, it's a car with one less wheel and no bodywork. It's stupid. Tricycles, garbage. Next up, we've got the sport bike. Now, if you ride a sport bike, you love the thrill of the ride. You love speed, you love getting knees down in the corner, and a lot of the time, you guys love danger.
I'm in danger!
There's so many instances where I see sport bike riders not wearing helmets and not wearing protective clothing. Now, it's one knee down corner away from you slipping out and just losing all of your skin. I personally love sport bikes. I think they look good. I think a lot of them sound good, and I know that there are some classic 90s Hondas that rev to like 19,000 RPMs and sound insane. Here, take a listen. Yeah, that's bloody awesome. Sport bikes are an awesome choice. I think they're a cool bike. I just think that there are a lot of idiots that tend to ride them. Next up, we've got the naked bike. Now, it's naked because just like people, they can lose all of their clothing and go down to the bare frame. Bikes like the Ducati Monster look awesome. They're just a great all-around bike. You're a sensible person. You probably use it for commuting. Naked bikes are they're a great all-around bike in my opinion, and they're cool. Next, we've got the Scrambler. A Scrambler is kind of like an old-style race bike. It's like race bikes from the 50s and 60s, and they've been modernized, or they might be retro. They're very cool, but to ride one, I feel like you have to be a bit of a hipster. You gotta love that whole James Dean era, 50s and 60s, the motorcycle leathers. It's cool, but it's trying too hard, I feel like. The Scrambler is an awesome bike, but you're a little bit try hard if you're riding one. Next, we have the Cafe Racer. If you ride a Cafe Racer, you're a hipster. Simple as that. You love warm beer with bits floating in it, you probably have a beard, and you talk about how bikes were better in the old days. You love retro style helmets, retro style jackets, anything retro is cool. Cassettes are awesome, MP3s suck, you're that kind of person. Would I buy a Cafe Racer? Absolutely. I think they look incredible. And truthfully, I love that style. I don't like warm beer. But beyond that, I think the Cafe Racer is a cool bike. Next up, we've got the touring bike. I feel that not many young people own touring bikes. It's kind of an old people thing. This big, heavy, lush sofa on wheels type situation. They're fat and old and bearded usually. I get that they've got radios and they're comfy and you can sit on them for hours, but they're definitely for old, fat, retired people. Simple as that. Next up, we've got the cruiser bike. There is one brand that sums up the cruiser perfectly, and that is Harley Davidson. It could be simplified to one word: boomers. Baby boomers love cruiser bikes because back in their day, it was countercultural, and now they've made them safe and ridiculous. Nevertheless, we must move on. Next up, we've got the dirt bike. I love dirt bikes. They're a cheap, great way to get around, and my God, are they better than mountain bikes because you're not having to do this. You're not pedaling. Dirt bikes are cool, but if you ride a dirt bike, you definitely have a bunch of Fox or Alpine Stars racing gear. You've got the helmet, and for some reason, you guys want to wear goggles instead of visors. I don't really understand that. And you also have the sticky outy chin, which I assume is for crashing, but who knows? Now, last but not least, we've got the dual sport bike, which tries to be a road bike and a dirt bike at the same time. If you ride a dual sport bike, you like grand touring and adventuring, and you like going across country. Imagine walking around in ski boots all year because twice a year you go to the snow. That's kind of what a dual sport bike is. A little bit silly in my opinion, but I totally understand why people would want to ride them, and I think that they, at the end of the day, are a cool bike. They're cool. Anyway, that has been the 10 styles of motorcycle as told by me, a car guy. Was I right? Let me know in the comments below, or was I completely wrong? I wouldn't be surprised if I was. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.